Top on the news tonight. 49 persons received training for independent monitoring of Integrated National Social Investment Program. Secondary school students nabbed for possession of locally made pistol. Fighting insecurity. Federal government gets backing of state governors to procure additional hardware. This and more in just a moment. Good evening, it's nice to have you on NTA News at 7. I am Paul Abel, now the news in details. What would have angered an 18-year-old secondary school female student to the extent of wielding a locally made pistol before a vice principal with an intention to shoot because she was instructed to cut her colored hair, which is not permitted in the school, is a question begging for an answer. This is a story of Promise Idorin, a senior secondary 2 student of Community Secondary School, Ekorewa, in Akpabio local government area in Cross River State, as told by our correspondent, Achibong Bassi. That report by Achibong Bassi will be brought to you in a subsequent bulletin. Members of the National Economic Council at its meeting in Abuja, with the Vice President Yemi Osibajo presiding, made commitments to compensate victims of clashes and work towards prevention of further crises among people in communities. The Council spent over 6 hours reviewing the social intervention program aimed at pulling 100 million Nigerians out of poverty, the National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, an update on security situation and implementation of community policing in states. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
The Council recommitted to the following principles: the protection of all residents of all states, including non-indigenous communities and religious and ethnic minorities within state jurisdictions, the arrest and prosecution of all perpetrators of crime. In collaboration with federal authorities, the reconstruction of destroyed homes and payment of compensation where appropriate by state authorities for damage to property and livelihoods sustained during targeted attacks on communities within the state jurisdictions.
Governor Dapo Abiodun speaking on some of the resolutions of the council after the physical meeting which reviewed the security situation in the country. Among the resolutions are that state governments have statutory jurisdiction over forest reserves and will seek federal support for efforts to eradicate forest-based crime.
We have to be unanimous and resolute against crime and criminality, irrespective of whom it is committed by. So state governors are unanimous on that. We are going to support each other, support our security agencies, work with the federal government to ensure that crime and criminality are punished.
Council also resolved to strengthen the nation's monitoring of its borders to prevent cross-border crimes. Presentation from the Presidential Advisory Council underscores the need for everyone to get involved in having a better country.
Poverty eradication is everybody's responsibility, and it should be at the heart of any national development agenda.
chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, also made a presentation to the council on the need to expand voter access to polling units across the country. Council resolved to support the Commission's bid to convert polling booths to full-fledged polling units and work out the details of doing so at the state levels. One critical issue Council is drawing the attention of Nigerians to is fake news. This they described as next to coronavirus pandemic. And it is observed that this is causing so much harm, and now is the best time to end it. From the banquet hall of the State House, Jide Onifade, NG News.
The federal government has received the support of the Nigeria Governors Forum to procure additional military hardware and logistics to contain rising cases of criminality in some parts of the country. Abubakar Akwanga reports that this was the resolution reached at the end of an emergency meeting to review the state of the nation's security in Abuja.
The Nigerian Governors Forum says the resolution to declare support for more funding of the military became necessary to prevent the nation's security architecture from further degeneration. The forum commends President Muhammadu Buhari for the appointment of new service chiefs and tasked them on greater protection of the country against external aggression.
We are prepared to support the dedication of portions of the excess crude account and the Natural Resource Development Fund or the Economic Stabilization Fund to providing the necessary equipment for the military and other security institutions to address immediately the impunity associated with all of the crimes and criminality that we have highlighted in this briefing.
The forum sympathizes with victims of violence and other criminal attacks across the country and pledged to strengthen humanitarian support and security reinforcement to avert future occurrence. NGF also resolved to ensure watertight security across Nigeria's borders to check proliferation of weapons and improve on the National Livestock Transformation Plan to end farmers' herders' crisis.
Governors are concerned about our border management because many of these crimes have also been associated with porous borders of the country.
The forum says regional security outfit will be strengthened to enhance operation of conventional security agencies to reduce crimes and criminality and called for restraint in the use of social media and ethnic profiling. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
Nations of the world are failing to take action in meeting with global goals for the protection of life on Earth and halting the degradation of land and oceans. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres and the Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, Inga Anderson, have officially launched a report titled Making Peace with Nature, laying out the gravity of Earth's triple environmental emergencies: climate, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Onengie Fineface reports.
Cities in the United States and parts of Europe are currently facing major winter storm, which is unleashing ice, snow, and record cold on millions of people. This is an illustration of the interconnected nature of climate change, loss of biodiversity, land degradation, air and water pollution. The UNEP report on Making Peace with Nature identifies these as conditions that add up to self-inflicted planetary crisis that put the well-being of current and future generations at unacceptable risk.
The environmental emergencies that have been outlined in the report all flow directly from humanity's overconsumption of resources, overproduction of waste, and prioritization of short-term gain with the consequences of long-term pain.
United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres insists that ambitious and coordinated action by governments, businesses, and people around the world can prevent and reverse the worst impacts of environmental decline by rapidly transforming key systems including energy, water and food to make use of land and oceans sustainable.
We are running out of time to limit temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius and build resilience to the impacts to come. And we also need equal urgency and ambition to address how we produce our food and manage our water, land, and oceans. Developing countries need more assistance. Only then can we protect and restore nature and get back on track to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
Transforming social and economic systems means improving relationship with nature, understanding its value, and putting that value at the heart of decision-making. The UN wants world leaders to take concrete actions to protect the climate, conserve biodiversity, and reduce pollution. The report is launched ahead of the 5th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly. Onengiye Fine Face, NTA News.
More stories for you at the other side of the break. Enjoy the time out.
Una no vex. Una never hear of coronavirus. Prevention is better pass cure. See this thing. Hand sanitizer. Now one way to take prevent coronavirus with that. See, another one we say we go wash our hands clean with soap and with water. Another one we say when we want sneeze, we want cough. Oh yeah, may we dab together. Correct people. If you see say you get symptom of fever or difficulty in breathing, I beg, make you day your day, make you sit down. Nigeria, our culture they promote cleanliness. Let the celebration start.
This message is from NTA and NCAC.
Members of the public with any complaint concerning any of our programs should forward their complaints to the Nigerian Television Authority, Channel 9 Murtala Mohammed Iwi Calabar. Phone numbers 0906 198 3183, 0906 883 6550. Email address ntacalabar@nca.gov.ng or to the National Broadcasting Commission NBC, plus 32 Parliamentary Housing Estate, Second Gate behind Zanzibar Hotel, Calabar. Telephone number 0818 445 9924. Email address nbccalabar@yahoo.com. Signed, Management of the National Broadcasting Commission. In case you are just joining us, you are watching NTA News, reaching you live from our studios here in Calabar. Now to the rest of the news. The federal government is training 49 persons selected across the 18 local government areas of Cross River State as independent monitors to support the Integrated National Social Investment Program in Cross River State for proper implementation. Correspondent reports. In 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari introduced the National Social Investment Program, including the NPAR, National Homegrown School Feeding Program, Conditional Cash Transfer, Government Enterprise and Empowerment, among others, to address immediate and long-term socioeconomic imbalance, alleviate poverty, and bring about accelerated economic growth in Nigeria. But over the years, as the various programs reach out to the people, there have been series of complaints that the purpose of these programs are not properly assessed by the intended end users. Hence, the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development is training independent monitors to synergize with other stakeholders to bring transparency and efficiency in the implementation of this laudable project.
These people were carefully selected to ensure that they monitor, to ensure that they give federal government a kind of feedback about how far and how much is being done with this program.
Our role as a ministry is to monitor the independent monitors and to ensure that they play their role effectively.
Where they have problems, the commerce and other field workers in the 18 areas will guide and assist them.
Some participants and stakeholders comment on the new initiative.
When we go back, we are going to educate our people, at least the aged, those disabled ones.
It has been beneficial to us and to the state, which I believe we will put in practice.
Participants here are exposed to different data collection tools, reporting timelines, and other procedures to effectively execute their jobs while partnering other stakeholders. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News. In a similar development, Nigerians have been advised to manage the environment in such a way that they will not include avoidable disaster in the country. Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Muhammadu Muhammad gave the advice while distributing relief materials to victims of fire incidents in Ibeno local government area of Akwa Ibom State. Charity James reports.
Fire outbreak is one disaster that is frequent in the country, especially during the dry season. Its devastating effect has caused displacement of victims with untold hardship, hence the interventions of the federal government through National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, by providing relief materials.
Federal government of Nigeria, I thank the Akwa Ibom State government for what you people have given us unto us today. I say may God bless you, and we will continue to support the government of this Nigeria. Thank you.
We're very grateful to the federal government for making sure that the people that were affected in the fire incidents are being given these relief materials. It's a very wonderful development.
I know that the core mandate of government is to protect life and property. Government has gone far beyond that today in showing concern in the welfare of our citizens.
Presenting the relief materials for onward distribution to victims of fire incidents at Ubenekan in Ibno local government area, which occurred last year, the Director General of NEMA, represented by NEMA Coordinator South-South Zone, advised the beneficiaries to make good use of the relief materials and guard against actions that are capable of causing fire outbreak in seasons like this.
Available to do more. The Director General, on behalf of the federal government, is available to do more. And I thank the SEMA of Akwa Ibom State for working diligently with us at the zonal office in Port Harcourt.
Distributing the relief materials, the State Deputy Governor and Chairman State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, represented by Mr. Nkoburo Ekaiko, who noted that the state government had sent financial support to the victims, also advised them to make peace their watchword for development in the area.
The federal government, through National Emergency Management Agency, and the Akwa Ibom state government, they have responded, ensuring that they send relief to those that were affected. We are sure that all the beneficiaries will make good use of the material.
Some of the relief materials distributed include building materials, beddings, food items, and toiletries. In Ibno local government area of Akwa Ibom State, Charity James, NTA News.
And now to crime issues. The operatives of the Abuja Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have uncovered another underworld academy for the grooming of internet fraudsters. The academy, located in Arab contractors area of Mpape Hills, a suburb of Abuja, was discovered when operatives acting on intelligence stormed the base on Thursday, February 18, and arrested 27 internet fraud suspects. The coordinator of the academy is said to be a 30-year-old Emmanuel Clement, and his students are mostly young school leavers, ladies inclusive, within the age range of 18 and 25 years. Items recovered from the suspect include a Toyota Venza car, 30 mobile phones, and 1 laptop. In a tweet, the EFCC said the suspects will be charged to court as soon as investigation is concluded. And now to the COVID-19 situation around the country. Nigeria has recorded 877 confirmed new cases of COVID-19 as announced by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC. With the recent statistics released by the NCDC, shows that Lagos State tops the chart with the highest number of 273, Kaduna 87, Rivers 58, Akwa Ibom and Ebonyi 47 each, Edo and Ogun 46 each, Abia, Imo and Kano have 34 cases each, Oyo 26, Osun 22, Gombe 20, Ekiti 19, Cross River and FCT Abuja have 15 cases each. Others are Plateau 11, Enugu 9, Kebbi 8, Borno 7, Niger 6, Bayelsa 5, Nasarawa 4, Kwara 2, Katsina and Sokoto have 1 case each. This brings the total number of confirmed cases to 150,246, while 126,417 persons have been discharged and 1,803 persons have died of the pandemic. And now we move over to the beautiful world of sports. Super Falcons of Nigeria are to face Uzbekistan on Saturday in a Turkish Women Cup competition after winning their first match against CSKA Moscow 1-0. Meanwhile, in the UEFA Europa League matches played yesterday, Dynamo Kiev drew 1-1 at home with Club Brugge of Belgium. English side Manchester United continue with their impressive form as they trashed Real Sociedad of Spain 4-0 away from home. Similarly, Jose Mourinho tutored boys Tottenham Hotspur of England walloped Wolfsburg of Germany 4-1. And just before we go, a quick look at some of the stories that made headlines. 49 persons have received training for independent monitoring of federal government integrated national social investment program to ensure transparency and effective implementation of the program. A secondary school student, Promise Idorie, nabbed for possession of a locally made pistol, has been paraded by the Cross River State Police Command in Calabar. You also heard in the news that the federal government has received the backing of state governors to procure additional military hardware in order to fight insecurity in the country. It is on that note we bring to a close the news tonight. On behalf of the entire crew, I am Paul Abel. Have a wonderful night rest.